Florida man, Flavors of Florida Foodie crawl around Disney Springs.
President Barry here today. Yes, we're at Disney Springs because it is Flavors of Florida time here at Disney Springs, and it's time to taste all the flavors as your resident Florida man and your Florida transplant. This is your number one choice of food entertainment. We're here to try all the things so you don't have to. Remember, she's vegan. I'm not. Taste the oranges.
Time to foodie and chill. This is the Florida Crush. This has been a Flavors of Florida drink in the past that is vegan. Most of the specialty drinks have honey, so I'm not going to be able to have them. But this one is just Tito's and freshly muddled orange with a little bit of, I think it's pomegranate if I remember correctly. Because there's like a whole piece of orange. It's so refreshing. Like you can really taste the orange. I think that's like the plus and the minus of this drink. The orange pieces get stuck in the straw and then like they kind of like shoot up in your mouth. Then they're also really nice and fresh and like a nice little burst. And then the vodka just gives it, you know, just a little flavor. Oh, and it's strawberry. Fresh strawberry also they muddle in there, so I guess that's why I like it. I love all things strawberry. I would give this a 4.75 out of 5 beverages. It should be on the Flavors of Florida menu every year, even though it's available all year round.
The Florida Crush here at Homecomin, Chef Art Smith's rather, or both, I guess when you think about it, is as regular as the Florida rainstorms or a ridiculously hot summer. But we like reliability in this. I know we don't get it very often, but we like a good reliability. You do have to watch out if you're vegan or plant-based, sensitive in those sorts of ways to the drinks at Homecomin because most of their drinks are not vegan. If it has moonshine in it, it is definitely not vegan. At least you got the one. Stuck straw. The mosquito method. Even the gigantic bugs that we have here have trained me to survive because our mosquitoes are huge. Tasty, fresh. It's like a juice refresher with a touch of Tito's. I'd give it a 4 out of 5 claws. This little thing, complete with a little stinger at the bottom, is the honeybee, where you get a nice piece of honeycomb in your beverage as well. This is a Flavors of Florida drink that they have had for a couple years, and I am always happy to see it return because you know what? Sometimes I need a little bit of sweet. Nice little tart to it while still having some sweet. It drinks sort of like a honey-based lemonade or like a tea refresher with alcohol. Every drink I would say at Homecomin is very much like I want to sit on my porch out of the sun and drink one of these beverages, and this is really no different. I would give it 4.25 out of 5 claws.
As we were walking to our next location, we saw one of our favorite bartenders, David, so we had to stop and get the Serenade Bliss. He modified it for me because it is not pre-made. They do hand mix it, so you can modify it for anyone. Without the Malibu coconut, it is vegan, so cheers. It's like not too tart, but not too sweet. Just kind of like eating a tangy orange, which I really like. Almost like tangerine level, but not quite. This is nice. I will give it a 4 out of 5 beverages. It is beautimous.
So, of Flavors of Florida, apparently we're the floral state. We got the Serenade Bliss with some edible flowers. I got it as is. One, to make David's life easier, and 2, because you got to see both sides. We love that we can modify any of the bar carts, and That's not just applies to Flavor of Florida. That's basically anytime there's something in a drink here that you don't like that's pre-made, you can swap out those alcohols. Or even the mixers to make it something completely new. They do not care, and you're paying for it. So you get it how you want it. Woo! Woo! That is so juicy and so tart. What coconut? I taste none of it. So it's also very, very syrupy. Like, you've ever worked at a fast food joint, or for me, in my case, a movie theater, and you have like any place with a soda fountain, old school soda fountain, and you had to put the nozzles on, and it splits the carbonation and the syrup, and you've ever tried the syrup straight without the carbonation? Because I know some of you have. Don't judge me. That's what that tastes like at the bottom of that beverage. Maybe mosquito style. I guess I'm going to do a mosquito style a lot today. Oh yeah, that's the way. Much better. Oh, definitely a floral sweet drink. If you're one of those people that doesn't like the taste of alcohol, like that like sharp aftertaste, it's not the drink for you, Serenade Bliss is it. I would give it a 4.25 out of 5 paws. I actually think that it might be worth your money because there are going to be some effects. It's going to sneak up on you. Much like Swamp Puppy.
The vegan as is fried pickles, all you have to do is switch the sauce, so get the vegan aioli, which I'm here for. Cheers to Flavors of Florida. I never really ate fried pickles until I moved to Florida. It was more of like, it was Florida, the southern thing. When I lived in California, it was fried zucchini, so I associate this as a Flavor of Florida for myself. But I don't have a lot of vegan options available to me, so we're just going to make it up as we go. I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5 pickles. It's pickly.
Certified Floridian, even though they're not on the Flavors of Florida guide, is fried pickles. To submit my resume for approval by the Floridian Council, I am a certified conch. I was born in the Florida Keys. I'll let you guess which one. Those of you who have been here for a while already know. But I'm also a child of the military. So I have been as far south as Key West, as far north as Alaska, and as far west as far as territories go, Guam. So I have seen the things. And nowhere in this country have I gotten fried pickles like you can get right here in this state. This will dip, pressed, big, huge, massive pickles. Is this what it tastes like to be the Australia of the United States? We've earned that title several times over. I will fight a naked alligator wrestler for a basket of these with a fancy hat on. Something about the seasoning of the breading with the tart of the pickle. You still very much get pickle flavor, but it's like enhanced by the breading and then the sauce. Excellent. There are multiple ways to be a Floridian and a lot of wrong ways. I'm only concerned with the right ways, though. 4 out of 5 claws. South Florida conch fritters. You have these beautifully flattened conch fritters with the sauce on top. Now, it does normally come in like a mango chili sauce, which I can't have. So I get the papaya cilantro sauce instead. Normally we get both. I'm just getting the one because I'm allergic to mango. If you don't know, soccer hooligans.
You picked up the fritter, everyone cheers.
I would like to think they were cheering for me, but I know soccer's on, and I know what they're really here for. It's City Works. And you're going to come, unless you're a sports person, I would advise not coming during the game. These fritters, as it were, if you don't know, South Florida is not technically Florida. South Florida is basically its own state. North Florida is a whole nother bag. There really should be a North and South Florida. We should just split down the line. We don't need to be one state anymore. We're too long anyway. Too big a dick, if you will. That inner Floridian that sits on my shoulder that guides me to do all the things I probably shouldn't do. That was his fault. That was definitely a bigger bite than I should have taken, but we commit to our mistakes, and I ate through it anyway. Fritters are nice and delicious. They lean on the breading a lot, but the breading is so well seasoned that I can't knock that. They do that without being greasy, and it'd be so easy to make fritters a greasy mess, but they allow it to the breading to sort of breathe, giving it a chance to be what it is. A staple and a picture-perfect example of what it means to be a Floridian. We eat things we shouldn't eat, we do things that we shouldn't do, and we're just generally a menace to the entire other 48 states. It tracks. I'm going to give those a 4.5 out of 5 claws. When those leave, I will in fact be sad, but I will not set anything on fire as a result. If it's one thing that City Works does better than any other place here, is they have seasonal beers, seasonal drinks for every occasion. As often as you think Disney's menus change, nothing changes more than the beer selection here and the chef selection, sometimes even in the same month. For their seasonal beer selection right now, even though it's not a Flavors of Florida beverage, they have what they call Bears on a Rampage from Hidden Springs, Florida, so that's technically still a Flavors of Florida beverage. You have notes of vanilla, fruit, and honey in a sour beer. None for the princess, more for me. Behind the scenes lore, I love monster movies. And not because I enjoy seeing people overcome adversity, I enjoy seeing the monsters win. I am a kaiju supporter, kaiju lover. I will watch a giant monster crush people all day long in fiction. If I were to be a kaiju, I would be fueled by this beer. If you see me walking around Disney Springs with my shirt off, kicking over trash cans, first of all, no you didn't. Second, it's because of this beer. 4.75 out of 5 claws. I scrumped and I begged the princess, and she gave in. Not that she would ever really tell me no, but I had to come to House of Blues because they have a green gator for Flavors of Florida in this delicious collectible gator mug. I haven't committed to buying the mug yet, but
Yes, you have.
I was gonna wait till after I drank it to say that, but apparently I've already committed to buying it.
You know you already had.
Like you wouldn't drink out of the mouth of a swamp puppy if it wouldn't bite you. It's a delicious mix of pineapple, blue raspberry, and orange juice. Very drinkable for those of us that do not like alcohol. I got the mocktail version. There's also an alcoholic version. It's got some coconut rum and some other things, but I got to represent for those of us that are on the wagon. Stay on the wagon where it's safe, but still drinking out of the mouth of the gator. It's a tasty mocktail beverage. We need more seasonal mocktails for the people. You make it, and we'll make sure they come drink it. 3.5 out of 5 claws. Seem no matter which season it is, be it Flavors of Florida, the holidays, springtime, wintertime, melting summertime, we always end up at Hangar Bar for whatever event. Flavors of Florida is no different. So of course I had to come get their passion fruit spritz. If it's one thing that Hangar Bar knows to do, it's change a menu. And I will take a seasonal beverage at any point. Do I love Aperol? No, but I'm willing to give it a shot because Hangar Bar rarely steers us wrong. occasionally, like a plane crash. But when it's good, it's good. Most Aperol drinks for me go way over the edge. Far too strong, far too harsh in the back end. The passion fruit actually goes a long way towards like cutting that harshness. So you get a little bit of tart, but a lot of the sweet of the passion fruit, which makes for a very sippable. It's given spritz. Is it something I would go to? No, but I want to take my time. There are vibes. Vacation. You're on vacation. I'm at work. But it's tasty. I would give it 3.75 out of 5 claws. It fits right in with the ambiance. We'll see if this one stays around. So if anything, here at Hangar Bar, they're all in on the camp. That's probably what I love the most about this particular bar at Disney Springs. I know a lot of our friends, Disney adults and otherwise, they treat this like the meeting place. Hey, we're on Disney Springs, you can meet at Hangar Bar. Literally the worst place to do it because it's absolutely so small. But what they do well is the theme. From the deviled eggs on a plane to the meatballs in a truck. Now we get fritters in a boat. A literal wire-frame boat. You have these Sunshine Stroll Pilsner, which is their Flavors of Florida beer that just hasn't gone away. Battered Key West Gulf shrimp. You have some grilled peppers and a dati pepper sauce to dip it in. But let's try these shrimp first, because if you ruin shrimp for me, aka Sea Roach, we will have a problem. Not gonna lie, that Pilsner, usually when something is like beer battered, I see that on the menu and I'm like, I'm calling BS, because usually I taste nothing. It adds nothing to the flavor. Having had that Sunshine Stroll Pilsner before, I can taste that in the batter, and it sort of like gives it this sort of like rounded flavor that helps it like the briny flavor you would normally get for shrimp. They mix quite well. I'm kind of impressed. I would give those a solid 4 out of 5 claws. Now let's give the shrimp a dip. Back here on the engine, we're gonna motorboat us some shrimp in this dati pepper sauce. I'm praying for spice, but I'm probably not gonna get it. Got some tang, got a mayo base. It's like dipping fried fish in a fancy tartar sauce. It's okay if you need some sort of flavor modification, but I feel the shrimp are so good on their own, you don't really need the sauce. It's a nice touch. It doesn't add a bunch, but it doesn't take away from the experience either. Honestly, if you served all my food in wireframe boats, I'd probably eat it. It's shameless, where there's something about fun food that I just can't say no to. Overall, I've been under 4.25 out of 5 claws. Get it while the getting's good.
I'm not a big pineapple upside down cake person, but since this was like one of the only vegan options listed on the Flavors of Florida vlog, I felt obligated to get it, so I'm gonna take the part without the pineapple piece. It's probably gonna be more cakey than anything, so let's just see. Maybe it'll give me Opus morsels. If you haven't seen Opus, I highly recommend watching that movie. It's very much like a vanilla cake with like a crushed pineapple topping. And if you like pineapple, totally this is a thing for you. But for me, as a non-pineapple person, I don't know. Not for me. I would give it a 3 out of 5 pineapples. It's a thing that's offered.
Erin McKenna is coming through for the desserts for the princess and the rest of our plant-based he, she's, they, and Venonums. We appreciate you, all of you, all the way around. Pineapple upside down cake, and so when you say pineapple upside down cake, specifically the pineapple on the upside down part, in this state, I feel like you're trying to say something without saying something. The middle of this state, aka Ocala and the villages, and upside down pineapples, is a dangerous place to be. If you see upside down pineapples in this state, my advice would be to go the other direction.
Run!
Do not run from this cake though. The pineapple upside down cake, any of the ones I've ever had have been wholly out of balance. I'm feeling like you use like way more pineapple than it is cake. And the two don't usually mesh. This feels more like a pineapple upside down cake donut. And that sort of like fluffy, lightly sweetness with the pineapple on top is just like le magnifique. This is tasty. And now it's going to be hot garbage. And the princess hates pineapple, so I guess I could eat more of it than I planned on. I would give this a 4.5 out of 5 claws. More seasonal things, less funny looking taco shaped cupcakes. So back to BB Wolf's because they have a brand new item here for Flavors of Florida. Their Frita Cubana dog, which just feels like a reimagining of sorts of the Ybor City dog that they already have. That resembles a Cuban, but this time you have the all-beef hot dog served with chorizo, some crispy potato sticks on here, on Cuban bread with Swiss cheese, also pressed. So crunchy beef and pork with Swiss cheese. The Cuban bread is a nice change of pace, but it's still really just a hot dog in Cuban bread. You get like the slightest hint. I mean, like a whiff of the chorizo and then just potato sticks, which I understand the crunchy things in a sandwich slash hot dog. That's not a new feature. That's not a new execution, but I understand what they're going for here. Flavors of Florida, yes, we do have a lot of Cuban food here. I understand the take. But it feels far too similar to the Ybor City dog that they've had the past couple years, which is actually now a permanent item on the menu, to be like distinct on its own. And so when I can have either this or the Ybor City dog, which I find grossly superior, why would I eat this? It's all right. It's just a hot dog with potato sticks, basically, and they were kind of red. I would give it 2.75 out of 5 claws. If you need a piece of Florida, you can't get more Florida than Ybor City. Just get the Ybor City dog. Here we have the orange jelly churro donut. Disney doing its best, fighting for its life to assert its churro dominance on the East Coast, usually failing miserably. Everybody knows that the best Disney churros are at Disneyland. I don't even eat that many churros, and I know that. And when it comes to churros in Orlando, obviously, Universal kind of has that whole thing cornered to hell. They built an entire churro stand with raptors on it. But Disney never stops trying, so, you know, donut with some orange marmalade, a orange gummy, and then a whole dollop of whipped cream on the top. It's stretching the definition of the word churro, but I guess when you're like the second place churro guy in town, you have to sort of like think outside the box. See if I can chop this gummy with a plastic fork. Probably not. Either way. Bite out the sun. Honestly, I feel like that has a lot more in common with a cronut than it ever did with a churro. Is it powdered and got churro ridges? Yes, but it is very much like a donut with orange marmalade on top and just whipped cream. The gummy is decoration, but honestly, the gummy kind of sucks. It's a bunch of like weird textures. You're going from chewy, soft gummy, because it's not like gummy. It's more like powdered fruit snack to the whipped cream to the churro. I think it actually be a little bit better without the gummy. I get it was for aesthetics, but it adds nothing and kind of just gets in the way. As far as churros go, I don't know, because it doesn't feel like a churro to me. It feels more like a donut. This feels more like something I would get like Everglazed or Erin McKenna if it was vegan. I would give it a 2.75 out of 5 claws. Get it if you want to take a photo with it, but honestly, you can do better dessert-wise here at Disney Springs. Flavors of Florida, you have failed us once again.
I wouldn't say failed us. I think we failed Flavors of Florida. And I think that happens to us every year. We have like this ambitious list and we don't even get half of it. And that is the same with today. So we don't usually have success doing multiple Flavors of Florida videos, but if you guys want us to do another one, please tell us in the comments.
This video gets to 100 likes. We will revisit this list right here. By all means, if there's something that we missed, we're trying to get like the things that we think people would like the most. Let us know in the comments below. There's plenty of other restaurants we can do standalone reviews too, if you so desire. We're never going to say no for a reason to go to either Jaleo or Frontera, so by all means, comments. There's always going to be ways to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
We'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, well, Bear will just be his own Flavor of Florida, and you'll never see it.
It's called battery acid, but you heard the girl.